All right, how you guys doing? Just finished up training in the gym. Thought I would record a quick video for you guys to highlight a couple of books that I just picked up. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector. Welcome to another video. So before I show you guys the books that I picked up, I wanted to ask a couple of questions if I could. I know in one of my previous videos, I made mention that I try to organize my books in an Excel spreadsheet. And several of you made comments about some apps that you use. I think one of them was CLZ or something like that. I can't recall the exact name at the moment, but there were a couple of you that actually used this particular app and kind of highlighted some of the features and functionality. One of you, in fact, actually posted up a link to a video where you demonstrated how the app actually worked. And I have to tell you, that was extremely helpful. Prior to making the decision to go with Excel, I actually looked at several different apps, kind of evaluated them to some degree. But ultimately decided to just go ahead with the Excel spreadsheet. Now, with that said, Excel has its limitations and its challenges. One of the biggest, for example, is that I actually can't take it with me per se, right? I don't have the ability to be in a shop and like very easily, very quickly search in the Excel spreadsheet for certain things. And I could see some benefits to having an app that will allow me to do that. I mean, of course, I can have the thing in like Google Docs or something like that and kind of pull it up that way, but not necessarily the easiest thing to be able to do, especially if you're on your cell phone. So with that said, I was kind of curious if others of you also use this app, and I'm curious what your experiences have been with it. If you don't use that CLZ app, maybe there's some others out there, some other apps that is that you guys use. If you could just highlight those for me, that would be kind of helpful because I'm thinking about maybe making a change. One of the challenges that I see with the app, at least with the one that was mentioned, is that you have the ability to scan barcodes. And part of my thing is not everything, especially older books, actually have barcodes. So I'm not quite sure how it would work with something like that. I guess you manually still have to type it in. But anyway, enough on that. If you guys have thoughts about the features, functionality, different types of apps, I'm curious and open as to what your thoughts are. So with that, it is time to jump into the books. In one of the previous videos, I made mention how I placed an order for Amazing Spider-Man 263, and I did it at night. Went to sleep, woke up in the morning on the way to work. They actually sent me a message saying that they canceled the order. So super disappointed with that because, you know, it was a couple of books in there, including this one for like $9. So I was actually pretty excited about that because the going rate right now for this book on eBay is $30 plus, right? So I hit a couple of local comic book shops, came up empty in one. The second one that I hit, found not one, but two copies of Amazing Spider-Man 263. So I already had the direct edition. I already had the newsstand edition, but I was able to get two additional direct editions of the book in pretty good condition. One is definitely better than the other. One looks like it's been read a little bit, so it's got some bends to the spine. Thankfully, none of them broke color. So believe it or not, I was able to get these two books out of the long bins for $8. And as I put the books with some others up on the counter, the owner of the shop was kind of scanning the books, and he kind of smiled and he said, you know what's in here, right? I was like, of course I know what's in there. So not only did he give me the books for the lower of the price on the books that was marked, because one was $6 and one was $4. He gave me the lower price on them. He actually discounted it on top of that. So just a couple of bucks to two really cool books that I was able to grab. So in addition to them, at one of the other shops, I was able to pick up the third printing of Amazing Spider-Man 795. She got two copies of that. That black and white cover is just really, really cool. So I actually have the 795 in color, of course. I think I have like 3 copies of this, but I saw the black and white copy in someone else's video on YouTube, and when I was in the shop, was able to snag a copy for myself. And what's cool is that in 2 of the shops that I go to on a regular, they didn't even have the 3rd printing, but it was this 3rd one that actually had the 3rd printing, which was kind of cool. I also picked up Amazing Spider-Man 796. I absolutely love this cover. I have 2 copies of the 1st printing, but this black and white is really, really cool. It's very striking, especially when you set it next to the color version. So I picked up 2 copies of that. I've been doing this whole 2-copy thing lately of you know, modern books that are coming out. So I've been snagging a couple of copies for my personal collection. I also picked up I think it's the Ed McGuinness 799. I want to say it's the B cover. This is a really, really cool cover of Red Goblin. This thing is really well done. So I actually have the regular cover, I have the A, and now I have the B cover for $7.99. It's just a really, really cool cover. And this one costs a little bit of money. I was a little shocked at the price of it. But he discounted that one too, so that was pretty cool. And I knew that Daredevil 600 came out. I actually did not pre-order 600. Probably should have. I stared at an order. I literally had several books in the shopping cart, a couple of the variants in the shopping cart on one of the sites, and ended up not placing the order. And then kind of kicked myself because I actually didn't see it in any of the shops until today, that is. And so I actually picked up the variant of Daredevil 600. And it's a pretty cool cover. I thought this was a very striking cover with the black, red, and white. So I kind of wish I had picked up the one with, there was a really nice one with like Elektra and Daredevil on the cover that I probably should have picked up, but I didn't. So kicking myself over that one, but maybe I'll find it on eBay a little bit later. So anyway, just a couple of books that I managed to pick up. And again, if you guys have any experience with these apps and you know, that do inventory management, I am all ears on the name of the app, the pricing of the app, as well as the features and functionality. I'm not asking you guys to do my homework for me. I'm just, you know, asking, you know, if you have some experience with it, just kind of point me in the direction, and I'll certainly jump online and do some of the research myself. As always, I appreciate the views, the likes, and the comments. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.